All right. So welcome, folks. Wanted to walk through really our Catalyst proposal for Stormriders. And Stormriders is a new game. There's some great games that are in the Cardano ecosystem now, Cornucopias, Drunken Dragons, a whole bunch of others. And we're just delighted to be bringing to the table another amazing game that we're looking to introduce to the Cardano community and the Catalyst community. So we're really thrilled to have the opportunity to be able to bring this presentation and actually show up to different events and showcase really what we're up to. And we've got some of the founders of 2B3D, which is the organization that's bringing to life Stormriders. And I'll be stepping through a little bit of the proposal today, a little bit of that background of what we're up to, and then we'll also show a brief demo video of sort of what the environment looks like today and some of the future direction of where we want to take it. So I'll kind of step through the next slide here. So it's really a play-to-earn game that's going to be built on Unreal Engine 5. It's going to offer digital ownership. It'll have auction houses, and it's in a world that we're calling the Actionverse. And it's really a realistic action sports, massive multiplayer online role-playing game. So it's blending a lot of the great elements of action sports games along with an RPG to really create an amazing world and an environment that we think is going to be really compelling. And it's going to look stunning because it's going to be built on Unreal Engine 5. So here's a view of what we have today. So here's the brief video of Stormriders.
In a world where blockchain meets action sports, a new titan of online gaming is rising. Introducing Stormriders, a groundbreaking initiative by 2B3D, marking the next chapter in massively multiplayer online role-playing games. Step into a game where heart-stopping action sports meet the opportunities of play-to-earn and the pioneering reality of digital ownership. Experience an enthralling world as you've never imagined before. Your adventure starts at Pacific Eden, the core of our immersive Actionverse, a world that's ever expanding, ripe for exploration, and filled with adventures. Powered by the trailblazing Unreal Engine 5, we're raising the bar for MMORPGs with an intricately designed, visually stunning environment. Chart your own journey in Stormriders. Play and interact with actual pro, iconic, and legendary riders. Embrace the thrill as a pro athlete, ruling the skate park with gravity-defying tricks, owning the slopes as a snowboarder, or dominating the waves as a surfer. Each decision shapes the vibrant economy of our world. Stormriders is more than an NFT economy and exploration. It's a world where digital ownership aligns with real physical products. Create, possess, and trade digital assets, from high-performance skateboards to ATVs to customizable land plots. Some digital asset purchases will also be connected to physical assets that you get in real life. Stormriders is not just a game, it's a community. We're partnered with MedQuest, striving to impact the real world positively by supporting veterans battling mental health conditions right within our game. It is our pledge to intertwine digital action with real world impact. Step into the new frontier with Stormriders, where electrifying gameplay, player-driven economies, physical and digital ownership unite in a spectacular Actionverse. Welcome to the future of Web3 gaming. This is just the beginning. 2B3D, play to earn action sports. Elevate your game.
So hopefully you were able to hear that okay. I got some reaction stuff. Hopefully you were able to hear that.
Yep.
Awesome.
That was clear.
Very cool. So we've really got a lot of elements that we're looking to bring to this metaverse, and there's a whole bunch of different pieces that we would be building into this. And I'll give a bit of a background of sort of where things have been and sort of where things are going. But I definitely want to introduce some of our key members on the team. We've got Andrew Bjarnson and Robert Bell that are with us as part of 2B3D. Really glad you guys are here and have really kind of created this vision. And maybe you guys can just introduce yourselves briefly, maybe give a little bit of background on who you guys are.
Hi, I'm Andrew Bjarnson. My background is in action sports. I was the founder of 5150 Snowboards. And then after that, I went into the Army and got 2 degrees, a bachelor's degree and master's degree in game design. And we're here now. I've worked for a couple game companies, worked on the Crytek engine, Source Half-Life engine, and now Unreal Engine 5. I was also a combat medic in the Army. So that's where some of the medical and helping veterans comes from. All right.
Awesome. I'm Rob Bell, President CEO of 2B3D. So I have a medical background. I've been on a company called Bell Medical Solutions. I basically refer patients to doctors all over California. Andy and I go way back to the younger days. I lived through his 5150 snowboard days, and it was, I don't know, like the fun college years where we got to travel around and and just enjoy. Grew up surfing, skating, snowboarding, and it's the same thing. My son is doing exactly what I did: skateboarding, snowboarding. So it's been the fun part of our life. And about three and a half years ago, we decided, NFTs were becoming popular. He was working on some VR and game stuff, and we're like, it all meshed. He wanted to get some people therapy in VR, and anyways, the company was born. We've been working hard and curving this project over the last 3 years, and it's come together. And recently, we've been onboarding the professional riders, which is exciting, and we're looking forward to working on the Cardano blockchain. That's the newest, biggest. I've been a Cardano fan since it was the first crypto I bought was Cardano. So throughout all of our advertisements, we've had a NFT that's a Cardano soup can. You can actually see it in the video that we put on, and I had that made 4 years ago by Warhodl, big NFT guy back before Bored Apes came out. And anyways, looking forward to working on the Cardano blockchain. Thanks.
Yeah, definitely thrilled to be working with these guys. I'm also from California, also a snowboard fan, skateboarding fan, surfing fan, and definitely have gotten to sort of live through all these phases of the development of all these amazing sports that have really come out of the woodwork in parts of California and now have exploded around the world. So I'm just really thrilled to be working on this project. I'm also an avid gamer. Growing up, and definitely love the outdoors and being outside, but also working with all the amazing games over the years. We're building this metaverse and really having a massive community around it. It's going to be really expansive. There's going to be collectibles, and we're really bringing this into Cardano, and so we'll be actually connecting the Unreal Engine 5 engine to Cardano. We'll have tokens, and we'll have the assets actually built out in the game itself, all on the Cardano blockchain. And so really working alongside all the others in the community in terms of building out the components, having the connections into these systems to be able to build an amazing game that's going to look great. It's going to be fun to play, and it's going to be really tied to different economies using Cardano as a primary blockchain. So the proposal that we're presenting really is for this next phase of development. So Andy and the team has been really busy working on the planning side and really thinking of the concept and the idea in the planning phase over the last several years. He's been in the gaming industry for years, but he's actually at the point now where we can enter the pre-production phase. And in the gaming world, this phase is really where a lot of the game details kind of come to life. We're actually going to be developing the game design document and the technical design documents as a result of that, which will set the vision for the future. And also, more importantly, actually bringing in a number of pros into support the development of the art and the design that's going to be the future of what the game will look like. So we're actually bringing in, 3 different roles into this proposal, where we can spin up all of the necessary folks to be able to get us through the pre-production phase. So we do have a number of steps that are sort of outlined in the proposal itself, but we're really framing this sort of green section that we would get through the pre-production phase for this proposal within the next 6 months. So we've got a lot of milestones that have been accomplished so far. We've actually been able to bring on a number of pro athletes to embrace the direction of where we are with 2B3D and the direction that we're going. And we're looking to get pre-production to be started here within this quarter, along the lines and aligned with the Catalyst proposal that we presented. So we would hope by the end of this next 6 months in this phase that we would be through that, and then we'd actually start the development of the game in a production state. So we're a relatively small group now, but we're bringing on, we've got advisors from lots of different aspects of the gaming world and the AAA gaming world. And we're have some amazing assets that have been already designed by Andy and the team, and we're looking to take it to the next level. So maybe Robert, you can talk a little bit about the MedQuest approach and what we're doing with MedQuest and supporting veterans and supporting actual the needs to support people with mental health conditions. So Robert, do you want to give us a quick overview?
Yeah, I'll just based off just in the last 4 months with my own medical company, right? Somebody has to drive and go to a doctor's office, wait 45 minutes in a room, and it's this big ordeal, right? But if you're playing a video game and you could just walk right in and get your therapy done, I mean, how much easier would that be, right? Whatever it is that you're doing. So the idea was based off of somebody going to an appointment and the doctor canceling, spending all this, I mean, the idea for me, Andy's been thinking about this for a while and has his own creation model on it. But for me, we just recently introduced Zoom statewide for my other company, statewide Zoom consults. And all of the clients were saying, this isn't going to work. People need to see the doctor. And within 3 months, we had hundreds of patients come into it because of just that. They didn't want to get up. They didn't want to, maybe they don't have a car. Maybe they don't have this. Kids can't leave the kids. So the ease of it would be the first. We're planning to turn this into a VR thing connected to blockchain. So if you imagine if you're going to do a VR doctor's visit or therapy and you need a prescription, how are they going to write it? But with the creation of the NFT digital property, they can now via the blockchain send prescriptions to a doctor's office online. And also via Zoom, you can't really go and show your ankle hurts or, for whatever type of stuff it is. But with the real life, like MetaHuman stuff that we're going to be using, it's going to look like you, look like the doctor, and you'll be able to really accomplish that visit. So that's, Andy might have something more. I know it's all based right now off of helping the veterans, right? It's somewhere in the neighborhood of 70,000 US veterans have taken their lives since 9/11. And studies show that if you can get somebody within 5 minutes of them deciding to take their life, it's a 90% success rate of stopping them, right? So, I mean, we're making a place where they'll feel comfortable, where they can go and, get the help they need and get the therapy they need. And a lot of people that are depressed and have PTSD don't want to leave their house, right? If you can just imagine having a gun and a bottle of pills and beer cans all over your house, and, you don't want to get up, you don't want to go to the doctor's office, you don't want to see, everything's over. Put this on, and now guess what? You're not in that dirty apartment anymore, are you? No, you're in Huntington Beach, California, and there's other people there that are having fun, and you can change your environment in 1 second. And there's so much we can do when they're in VR. If the police are coming because you're suicidal, let's say, for instance, right? Well, we can talk to you and say, hey, step away from the gun. They're going to come in, pick it up, have a seat, right? And there's so much we can do. I mean, I'm just lightly touching on it. You can imagine we've been working on this for over 3 years. We've got so many ideas and so many statistics and things that we're trying to tackle and make happen. But we're at the phase right now where we've got a lot of exposure on it. If you do Google 2B3D, you'll see tons of write-ups, Forbes magazine and stuff. We got a lot of exposure on it, and now we're just trying to finish getting it to the next level and bringing it to all the homes of those in need.
That's a great summary, Rob. It's certainly a massive undertaking to be able to sort of bring all of these elements together, but the team has been working on this really for the last few years. And mental health is really a crisis in the world, and certainly starting with a specific focus and scope is really helpful to sort of prove that out, to actually test that, get the therapy right, even get the medical records on blockchain right, is really an effort that is going to become part of the metaverse that we're building here for Stormriders. So we're really thrilled to be able to bring this type of offering, which is very unique in the world, to the table. So I'll step through just a couple more things. Again, 2B3D has really been formed a number of years ago, and we're really trying to take this Catalyst proposal to the next level in helping us get through the pre-production phase, creating a few jobs, and actually bringing some folks in to the team to actually build out this next set of deliverables that we need to be able to support entrance into production. So invite everyone here to please take a look at the proposal, open for feedback, any thoughts or ideas, any collaborations. If you have contacts or others that in the gaming industry, we're certainly looking to bring people that are from the Cardano community in to help support the build of this game as we're building this on Cardano. And really looking to connect with the community in lots of different ways as we develop the game. As we are testing the game, we'll be looking for feedback, but we're super excited to be able to bring this proposal into Catalyst and share this with the team. There's certainly a number of pros that have actually gotten involved, and whether that's in the skating world, the snowboarding world, the surfing world, we've got a lot of great folks that have come on board that really are jumping in to be part of Stormriders along with us. So we're super excited to have that element and that endorsement of these pro riders giving their names toward the future of what we're building for Stormriders. But definitely tons of articles, as Robert had mentioned, in Forbes, Bloomberg. If you Google 2B3D, you'll find a lot more information that's out there, but we're really thrilled to have this opportunity to be able to share this with the Catalyst and the Cardano community. So with that, I will stop sharing and then kind of open this up to anyone that has questions, has any feedback. Certainly happy to entertain an open dialogue.
I don't have a ton of questions. I love it. Congrats for bringing it forward. Like I'm jealous of
Thank you.
of the job that you've chosen for yourselves here. So I guess I do have a question. Kind of, if it's successful funding, like what is like the next steps for building a team, or is the team the next step to like getting through pre-production?
I'll start that, but I'm going to finish it with Andy. We built a skeleton team, because this is more than just building the game, right? We had to bring the pros in. So we got the ex-team manager of Oakley is now part of this, right? We needed to introduce ourselves to communities, right? So we brought on Harris, right, from the Cardano community. We've got in the VC world to raise money, we brought in somebody from Ludus VC. So we built this skeleton team, I call it, right, of just amazing people that handle every single part of it that we can have. We brought them in as the team. Andy is master's degree. He's worked for gaming companies. He's won awards for building games. He's done everything like that. He needs help. So his department. So Andy, I can let you take it from there. That's what this is about, is getting Andy the help he needs to bring the game.
Yeah, it started with Harrison and I, and he's going to be in charge of, being the production lead on everything, and we'll be making a team together from. We'll be getting game industry recruiters and making an amazing team here in Newport Beach, and that way, having your own team working on a project, it's a lot, better for the quality of the game, right? Than outsourcing to some other company and then getting something and not, and then, you're using Agile and Scrum. So you're iterating on your idea every 2 to 3 weeks and playing demos. So
I think it's important to say too that everything that you saw in that video, in that demo, none of that was outsourced. That wasn't outsourced. I should say none of it. I don't know if there's a picture or something, but Andy made that. So it's we've got the talent to do what we want to do, but we do need, and we also have the people, the connections we need to go to. You know what I mean? So it's like everything's laid out. It's just a little bit of funding to make it happen. So we're ready to rock, and we are working with VCs, and but this was really important for me to get on the Cardano community. This has been my favorite. The vibe of Cardano, helping other people. You know what I mean? It's our mission. We want to help other people. One of the cool things that we came up with. There's a professional skateboarder called Steve Size. He's like Tony Hawk's best friend, and he's been on a mission to get skate parks inside of tribal lands, right over here in California or wherever, Indian tribal lands. He's Native American, and he's running into money issues, but he's one of the best skateboarders of all time, type of thing. And so he's mixing. So we're bringing him in the game, and there's gonna be competitions all the time, like surf competitions, skateboard competitions. And so we'll have invitationals where you actually use the money to play to enter the contest. All the pros will be seated in the contest, but a portion of that's gonna, we plan to build skate parks, and because it's gonna be the Steve Size Invitational. I mean, it's still idea phase, but we've always had since the very beginning. I want to say the first time I met with Andy, we were making a menu of what we wanted to do, and one of the biggest things was I called it the charitable delights. Charity. Like, we want to make sure we're helping where help is needed. With the mental health, we are starting with veterans. That's how we've gone. But I mean, there's going to be other communities in need, and eventually, we'll go down those paths. So it's I don't know. That's but like I said, the main thing is we need Andy to get the help he needs to speed this along. We definitely want to have some sort of demo ready for the next bull run, just so we can get the word out in a big time, and that's our plan.
Yeah, definitely thrilled to be part of this group and building these elements out. There's definitely a lot that we're going to gain at the end of this proposal. If this does get funded, then we'll actually have really the map that will lead us forward, which is the game design document. And that's really helps to understand the structure of the team that's going to be required as we sort of move forward. And we'll have a more robust schedule and plan in terms of what that's going to look like. So we're really thrilled to have this opportunity to engage the Catalyst and the Cardano community, and really hope to bring the community together, align ourselves with all these other amazing games. We definitely plan to be part of the events that are up and coming, and look forward to seeing a lot of others out there. Lucas, I don't know if you have any other questions or stuff.
I got to jump shortly, but the medical NFTs, that's one of the that's a great idea, and any progress pushing that stuff forward, is totally we need it. So yeah, I mean, I'm very curious to know anything more about that, or just kind of following along Stormriders and you guys, just to kind of see if there's updates along that path. But I know, I like that you're tackling that.
Yeah, we've done a really, really long, deep dive into that, and there is so much needed, right? HIPAA compliant storage of medical records, speed of getting NFT, getting prescriptions, getting this. It's going to revolutionize the medical.
And a lot of this comes from the inadequacies of the VA, in my experience with that. So,
yeah. But some easy fixes. I mean, not easy. Obviously, technology has to catch up and get there. But there is some stuff that can be fixed. In my other company, we're already talking about how we're going to revolutionize the industry that I'm in, just with a few hand me overs from 2B3. I'm oh, I could put that there. Oh, I could put that there, and it's just blowing their minds. Most of the doctors that I work with, they still use a fax machine. A fax machine. They put the paper in and they fax everything, and they'll fax hundreds of patients every Friday, attorneys or whatever, every Friday. That's fax day, and this is throughout all of California. Most of them don't know what paperless means. So I'm starting with my community with just simple little tweaks and fixes. We have a big convention coming up in August, and I'm going to be announcing, this is how we're going to change your life. And but it's so needed. I mean, you can think about that. The storage capacity that you can do with HIPAA compliant blockchain is just gonna revolutionize the medical world. The identity to be able to show it to you, to have your medical records with you if you're on vacation and you get a car accident, and you have access to pull up your medical records instead of calling a hospital at 2 a.m. and trying to get something to find out what blood type you are. I mean, so we've done deep dive stuff, lots of deep dives, and it's a big part of this. And so yeah, definitely you'll be seeing some updates.
Yeah, we're definitely thrilled to bring the technology together with this amazing community. Certainly the goal is to create a really amazing, fun game, but also help a lot of people in the process. So we're really, really thrilled to be here, and I'm thrilled to be part of the 2B3D team, and
Yes.
we'll be looking to move this forward. And thanks for all the support, and we look forward to seeing you folks in the next event. Cool. Any
Thank you,
other
Lucas.
questions, Lucas?
No, guys, I'm sorry. As you probably imagine, I'm writing catalyst proposals. I'm just sitting in.
Yeah,
But
busy
I
time.
want to say, I was just mentioning the name of your health project to a friend who's working on something similar. And you probably also heard about Citaldoc, right?
I didn't hear, what was it?
Citaldoc. Yeah. So I'm not sure if you are relating with them at all.
I haven't looked a deep dive, but I've heard of them, but I haven't done a deep dive on them.
Okay, so there's those three projects that I've heard of that have to do with health, decentralized health. Some person from Lisbon here actually talked to me about decentralized science, more in terms of writing papers, but because it aligns with the medical activities, it could also relate with your type of platforms. So I would encourage you to reach out to them and try to row in the same direction, right? As for the gaming, yeah, I'm really excited. I'm all about, like, I'm literally writing a proposal to try to help with global adoption, simple payments, find people close to you. And I think gamification is something that I've always worked in business processes, and gamifying things is something that's always fascinated me. So hopefully that will also be a big catalyst of bringing people on board.
Yeah, we're excited about it. I think it's a sector that I think will be overlooked with the Unreal Engine 5 in the beginning. You know, the people are going to build the Call of Duties or the games with it. I think we're going to corner this market, and it's going to be on the Cardano community. And as far as adoption goes, we're going to have all these professional writers, all these people that I had their posters on my wall when I was a kid saying, oh, go to this game. They're going to sign up for a wallet. These kids are going to play the game, and they're going to be Cardano users. You know, a lot of the people will be their first experience on Cardano. And, you know, I don't think there's enough to be said about if we have every pro writer wanting to be a part of this game. I mean, that's millions and millions of people that have their posters on their wall and are going to want to play them, be them, you know. And we also do have the community where you'll be able to walk into the store and buy their brands. And so you can have their t-shirt, you buy their NFT t-shirt, you can have it, or their snow. It can also be mailed as a digital item. So there's a whole lot going into this with yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, there's one friend that's also working on, I usually present it as a Pokemon Go type of app where you can send ADA to a sort of like a GPS. It's a UTXO, but it's bound to a GPS coordinate. And then you can go and bike through a route and be catching those things. So in terms of like bridging the game and real space, I think you may want to reach out to Cardano Beam or take a look at what they can do.
What's the name again?
Cardano Beam.
Cardano Beam. I'm familiar with that one. How do you spell that? How do you spell that other medical company that you were discussing?
Citaldoc. CITAL doc.
Oh, it's like Citadel.
Did you get that?
Yeah. Okay. I'll look at it. They part of Cardano. Or
you got it.
I'm
gonna write it.
Docs.
It doesn't mean anything.
I have their info, Harris. I can get it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Very cool.
I did a presentation with them. We were both on. I want to say it was this one that we were gonna like travel like around or something like that. So I met the guy. You know, people there. It's really good stuff they're doing.
Perfect.
But that Pokemon Go thing is cool too. You know, I said we want to have encouragement to do real stuff in real life, and you know.
You made me recall, because he keeps telling me about, okay, we have this great app where people can go and pick up things that are at coordinates, but people don't care or don't want to know if it's actually using crypto. And gaming is one of the things that you don't really need to care so much. I often think of doing games that just run on testnet, especially to point out that it's like, it's an asset, you got it in there, it's never going to come out of there. But it's just a divergent thought.
We plan on having a version that isn't on blockchain. But you think about this: if you're going to school, like my 13-year-old son, he's playing the game on Xbox, and his friend's playing it on the Cardano blockchain. His friend made $500 yesterday, and the person on Xbox didn't make anything, and they did the same thing, right? What's going to happen? You're gonna adopt, you're gonna sign up, you're gonna get that wallet, you're gonna start playing, you're gonna want, you want your NFTs to be worth something, you can sell them. And that was one of the things that really got me. My son, he plays Fortnite, Roblox. I was getting these charges for like $9.99, like all the time on my card. Like, he'd ask his mom, then he'd ask me, right? Like each side, like he wants a new hat, he wants to do this. He stopped playing Roblox. All that money is gone. But had he been in our game, he could go put it up in the store and somebody else could have bought the hat for $5.99 or $199. But you can sell it. So that really got me so excited about
what I mean is like even for kids, they don't even need to buy in the first day. They can have a week of things. They grew it from zero. It's like a zero balance type of app where you start and you create your value in the game. You don't really need to put it in, at least to start. And then you can actually like go in, spend a month playing it from time to time, and then realize you have $20 in there. And so
yep, that's the key. I mean, if my kid was playing our game and he said, I want a hat, I'd be go win a contest, go earn it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Go earn the money. You can buy your own hat. You know what I mean? Like, so that's it gives the ability to do that. And so I'm excited about it.
By the way, I'm curious, what challenge are you in with the game part?
It's the products and integrations challenge.
Okay. Because this idea that I'm going to put in, it's literally just a map where it's like a directory of businesses taking payments in ADA. So restaurants, whatever. Yeah, that should go into products and integrations too, right?
Really cool. Yeah, no, happy to collaborate with you, Lucas. I've got a pretty deep mapping background. It's definitely a space that I'm familiar with, but really cool. I know it's crunch time to get these proposals out.
Absolutely.
So best of luck with your proposal, and really appreciate you being here with us and sharing kind of the vision of what we're looking to create in the new Actionverse.
We'll see each other around for sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
Take care.
All the best. Bye.
All right.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Cheers.